right, happy Monday night, everybody. We are live in the KENS 5 Weather Digital Center this evening, just a week away or so from Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Lots going on in the weather department. We have a few changes on the way. In the meantime, today was warm. Tomorrow will be warm, and then Wednesday is when things start to cool down. Setting up a nice week ahead and a nice weekend as well. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Join the conversation. We're talking all things weather for the next 15 or 20 minutes here on KENS 5. Good evening, Jacob. Good evening, Paloma and Pete. Tomorrow, rain, good time to finish with Christmas stuff and tree from Barbara. Yeah, a little bit of drizzle tomorrow morning. It's not going to be a lot of rain, but rain chances at least stay with us tomorrow and Wednesday. That's when things start to change and colder air moves in as well. Right now, it is mostly cloudy or clear over downtown San Antonio, clear on radar at the moment. Now, molds are heavy. It's over 1,400 on today's count. The last couple of days have been warm. It's been drizzly, muggy, cloudy. All those conditions are ripe for increasing our mold count. That's kind of what the pattern lends itself to when humidity is high and there's rain around. That typically ramps up the mold count. And that is what we're seeing on this Monday night. It was warm today. Wow, 80 degrees, 84 at Cotulla, 85 both at George West and Beeville. These are numbers you typically see in March, April, May. 80s and mid 80s around the area. 70s in the Hill Country was nice and comfortable in Kerrville and Bernie at 73 from today. But man, that is really warm for December, for the middle of December. And just a week away from Christmas. Christmas Eve, that is, and then about 2 weeks away from New Year's Eve as we wrap up 2024. Can you believe it? We're almost done with this year, and 2025 is just around the corner. 4 days away from the first day of winter. So this Saturday begins the winter season, and then Christmas Eve is about a week away. But unfortunately, temperatures are not going to reflect what winter should feel like, at least not anytime soon. Matter of fact, the trend for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, it's looking more warm. Highs probably in the mid 70s, mornings probably in the upper 50s, lower 60s. That's kind of what we're looking at with a little bit of clouds and sunshine both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So nothing cold expected. And this is not going to be hot weather, but it will be warmer than average weather. And that's like, you know, again, 74, 75, 76 in the daytime highs. So December warmth will be taking over for the next 8 to 14 days. Despite a cold front moving through on Wednesday, the overall general theme of our weather, pretty much through the end of the month and the end of the year, is warmer than average. Take a look at today's numbers. 80 was the high. That's 15 degrees above average. That's hot, right? That's hot for December. So warm that we almost broke a record. If you look closely at the records line, today's record high is 81, set back in 1980, on this day in 1980. So we were so close that we almost broke and challenged a record here in San Antonio. From Pete, it was hot here in Corpus Christi. Yeah, I bet it was. The farther south you go into the coastal bend, to the valley, to Laredo, it gets even warmer. We had mid-80s towards Pearsall and Cotulla today. It was extremely warm for December. Where's Bill Taylor from Pete? Pete's, he's on vacation. It's the holiday season, man. Bill Taylor deserves some time off, so he's taking some time and enjoying time with the family for the holiday season. Yes, sir. He is enjoying some much-needed time off. He is here a lot, so he deserves a little bit of rest. Bill Taylor, that is. Liz, good evening. Hope you're having a wonderful night, a wonderful weekend. Hope you had a wonderful Monday as well. It is a great and warm setup outside today. I mean, it was 80 degrees, way, way too warm for mid-December, for the last month of the year. Okay, temperatures are starting to cool down slowly. 63 at Kerrville, 61 at Rock Springs, 70 at Eagle Pass. There is a cold front out there. It is staying and remaining farther north, meaning it's almost going stationary. And I think it'll hover right in this area through tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night into early Wednesday, that's when it starts to push towards San Antonio, and that'll touch off a chance for rain. But meantime, it's muggy. It's 70 degrees here in the city. 41 at Amarillo, 48 at Midland, and even colder in parts of New Mexico, Colorado, and the higher elevations up there. 64 at Phoenix and 62 in Dallas, where, by the way, this front was moving through, which sparked off a couple of storms. That did go severe these last several hours, but notice a lot of this action is starting to wane out. It's starting to fizzle out, and maybe a couple of downpours moving closer to Sulphur Springs, Emory, towards Gilmer and northwest of Tyler, but this is where the heaviest rain is across the entire state. It is mostly dry across our area. As you can see, as we zoom out, San Antonio is mostly dry. Now, with that being said, let's just zoom back in. That's where the active weather is. The overnight forecast stays pretty quiet. However, fog will form. So tomorrow morning, 6, 7 a.m., there will be patchy to dense areas of fog around the region from I-35 to I-10 to 1604 to Highway 90 towards Del Rio. There will be a few pockets of patchy to dense fog. That could be as low as a quarter mile tomorrow morning. So bottom line, main takeaway from tomorrow is a lot like today and yesterday, where it just starts off cloudy, drizzly, foggy, and then after a while, probably after lunchtime, skies will clear. We'll see a little bit of sunshine, and the daytime highs will be up into the upper 70s and lower 80s. It's going to be very warm tomorrow. We're forecasting a high of about 80 to 81 tomorrow for San Antonio, and probably a lot warmer for southern counties towards Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, LaSalle County, McMullen County, areas like that. From Schertz, Texas. Hey there, Terry. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Liz, it was nice. Warm weather more than the cold. Yeah, I mean, you're not the only one. A lot of folks love it down here in South Texas. Matter of fact, I have some family, and some of their friends are vacationing down here right now from the Northeast, from New York area, from New Jersey area, and they said when they landed off the plane, when they walked off the plane, they felt the warmth, and they're like, man, this is awesome. It's a lot different than the Northeast or the Midwest this time of year, where it gets cold, it can get snowy, it can get blustery, and when you're here in South Texas, it's a different climate. It's a different weather pattern here in San Antonio, and we like to see that, definitely, with the warmer weather, and we hit 80 today, so not very fall or winter-like here in the city today, but things are changing, so we like to see that. Cold weather, don't like the fog. Yeah, George, I know the fog is a bummer. It's just so humid. You don't like to see this kind of humidity in December and January, but we have it locked in for at least another day or so, and then by Wednesday, things change. Meantime, tomorrow's forecast, a high near 80, winds light. Tomorrow, sunrise around 7:22. Again, morning clouds, morning drizzle, morning fog will clear eventually throughout the late morning hours. And then tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, high near 80 to 81, going to be very, very warm. Here's the overall weather pattern. So warm air across the south, cold air up north. That's just how it is, right? And a lot of the colder air will be towards the Midwest, the Dakotas, and the Northeast. But finally, a change in the weather flow will kind of push some cooler air in our direction Wednesday. Now, I just want to right off the bat, it is not going to be very cold. This next cold front will be very weak in nature. How we measure cold fronts is we measure them from, the temperature shift, the temperature change from one day to the next. So for example, tomorrow's high 80, that's the forecast high, and then we're forecasting a high of about 71 Wednesday. That's a 9-degree difference. That's considered a weak front. Now, that's not the coolest we get. Matter of fact, Thursday morning and Friday morning will drop into the mid-40s. So overnight temperatures get chilly, but the daytime highs don't get that cold or that much colder. So we do have cooler weather on the way, but in terms of an Arctic blast or a strong blue northern or cold front, nothing like that is in the forecast, unfortunately. We would like to see that, but hopefully sometime later in the month into early January, the weather shift provides some colder air. We are crossing our fingers. Big takeaway tomorrow. There is a chance at a storm, mainly west of San Antonio. There's a small chance it enters San Antonio tomorrow around 6, 7, 8 a.m. But primarily, if you're watching from Hondo, Kerrville, Uvalde, Rock Springs, or Del Rio, or even as far south as Pearsall, our models have been suggesting this right here. A couple of showers and a couple of thunderstorms. Non-severe, but maybe producing lightning and some gusty winds tomorrow morning, 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. Mostly west of Bexar County. Is there a chance that it moves closer to us? Yeah, it's an outside chance, but I think most of the rain tomorrow morning is farther west between Hondo and Del Rio. Just the main takeaway. So if you're watching from anywhere in these areas tomorrow morning, just plan for a wetter commute, maybe lower visibility, more moisture in the atmosphere, and some thunder and lightning is certainly a possibility for these areas tomorrow morning. After lunchtime, skies clear. We see a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures in the upper 70s, lower 80s, maybe about 79 tomorrow. We'll drop the The forecast high to 79 tomorrow. Finally, sweater weather. Yeah, Liz, just give it a couple more days. It's going to cool down eventually. But yeah, tomorrow is warm, and then Thursday and Friday, more sweater weather's on the way. When do we get cooler weather from Paul? Yeah, Thursday morning it's going to be chilly, mid-40s, Paul. And the highs will be in the 60s. But in terms of very, very cold weather, nothing like that is in the forecast, unfortunately. Not even through Christmas. It stays pretty warm through the holiday as well. So we're forecasting a high of about 79 tomorrow. I was going with 80, but some of our models are backing off on the 80s because of cloud cover tomorrow. 20% chance at a stray shower, mainly in the morning, an isolated storm in the morning, through 8 or 9 a.m., but most of the day will be dry as skies gradually clear into the afternoon hours. Let's just fix this right here. Give me 1 second, guys. 79 degrees tomorrow. Going to be warm for Tuesday. So we talked about that, and let's go over the cold front one more time. Cold weather you love, but you don't like the fog, George. Yeah, no, I mean the fog means more humidity. It means mugginess, very tropical air, and also difficult driving. You don't like to have fog in the mornings, but when this kind of pattern's in place, it happens very, very often. Especially in the springtime, not really in the fall or winter, but in the springtime you get this warm air, the humidity surging in, and fog forming. And so this is not a very fall-like pattern that's in place right now. Okay, anyway, so fast forwarding through Wednesday morning, by 9, 10, 11 a.m., cold front moves through. As you can see very closely, this may spark off 1 or 2 showers, maybe an isolated storm or downpour Wednesday, but not much action expected along the cold front itself. It moves through. Temperatures are a little cooler. Matter of fact, let's fast forward through Thursday morning, right there. Look how cold it is Thursday morning. So if you don't like these mornings that we've been seeing, morning temperatures right around 70 degrees. It's been so tropical these last several mornings. Thursday early is when it finally changes. We drop down to the mid-40s, probably some upper 30s in the hill country. So that's when the nicer fall-like changes are coming back to San Antonio. Chris, you're asking about Christmas. Let me show you what it looks like. Doesn't look great. And I say that because I want Christmas to be cold. I want it to be like at least in the 40s in the overnights and 50s in the afternoons. But instead, we have this. Christmas Eve, a high near 73. Christmas Day, likely a high near 75. A lot can change between now and then. I do want to, emphasize that. We're still, 8, 9 days out from Christmas Day, so we'll continue to watch the models, the computer guidance, the atmosphere, but right now, we're trending warmer and drier for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Not what we like to see, but it is what it is. Right, Jill? It is what it is. No. I know. I'm sorry. I don't control the weather. Liar. Oh, man. Yeah, so we don't control the weather. It's just going to be warm. Sometimes in December, before winter and even around this time of year, you can get these little waves of warmth moving in, these ridges of high pressure building in, and that's what's happening pretty much between Monday and Thursday next week. We'll have another cold front moving through by the end of December, sometime between the 27th and 28th. But right now, nothing strong, nothing Arctic in nature, nothing like that we're seeing in the extended forecast. So, yeah, Chris, unfortunately, this is not December weather. This is not Christmas weather. I mean, daytime highs in the 70s. We're not complaining, but it's not very Christmas-like, right? These are more like temperatures you see in November and maybe in October, but instead, we're seeing it in mid to late December. I know, not the best kind of weather. Hey there, Shell. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a wonderful night, Shell. Hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, that's it for weather, guys. Just want to reiterate and mention that these updates we're giving, on Kens 5 and Kens5.com, we have these updates on our Kens 5 app as well. It's free. Our local meteorologists, Bill, Paul, me, Jeremy, Roxy, we're doing and providing many weather updates, whether it's tropical, severe weather related, cold weather, winter related updates. We have these notifications. We have these updates. We have detailed forecasts that you can see on our Kens 5 app. Just like the 14-day forecast, we have it on our KENS 5 app. So download it today. It is free in the App Store. Tomorrow, right around 80, a little cooler on Wednesday as a cold front moves through in the morning. Skies clear Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. The rest of the week is fine. Morning's a little cold Thursday morning and Friday morning in the 40s. This weekend, perfect. I would say near perfect. Cold mornings in the 40s and then highs in the 60s. Low humidity, not bad at all. But yeah, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, humidity comes back. The clouds come back. The drizzle probably comes back at highs. Daytime temperatures in the 70s, in the mid 70s, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Liz, it's Texas. Wait a minute. Yeah, I know Texas will be Texas. Texas is going to Texas, unfortunately, right? I mean, are we surprised? No.
It's still your fault.
It's not. We're not surprised, though. We're not surprised. 75 on Christmas Day, 76 the day after, with only a small chance at rain. It's San Antonio weather. It's Texas weather. But it's better than the Northeast, right? It's better than the Midwest. It's better than getting rounds of snow, rounds of cold weather. Of course, that's just my personal opinion, but 70s is not bad in the middle of December. And remember, winter officially begins Saturday, so this first upcoming week, full week of winter, not bad. 70s in the afternoons and 60s and 50s in the mornings, guys. All right, download the KENS 5 app for more updates. We'll be live in about an hour on KENS 5 News at 10 with another look at your weather forecast, local news, sports, everything you need to know around San Antonio. That'll be in 1 hour. KENS 5 News at 10. Tune in. If not, we'll see you later. Have a wonderful night. Be safe and drive carefully tomorrow morning. Fog, drizzle, and light rain will be back Tuesday morning and early Wednesday as well.